You should have told me, Kelly.
I tried, Dad.
All right. I want to know every word. Every single solitary word that Peter told you.
There's no more.
Nothing else?
Well, only that Mason was involved with the cocaine setup.
What?
Peter told me Mason knew all about it and that he helped him set it up. Mason wanted Joe to go back to prison. Both of them did. Joe never stood a chance with both of them plotting against him.
And Mason was in the study?
Yes.
Mason was in the study.
Do you know what that means, Dad?
Yes, I'm beginning to.
That means Mason knew all along Joe was innocent. He sent him to prison for 5 years. And during those years, at any moment, Mason just had to give the word and Joe would have been released. I'll never forgive him for that.
Mason was assistant DA. He collected the evidence to prosecute Joe.
He hated Joe.
Joe isn't the only one he hated.
What do you mean?
He hated Channing also.
I know that.
Channing and Mason were rivals their entire lives. They competed for everything. Even my affection and approval. Channing always seemed to win it easier than Mason. I fostered that, Kelly. I let it happen. Instead of teaching them to love each other, I liked watching them compete. I thought that would make them tough. I thought it would make their ability grow every time that they tried to outdo each other. What happened, Kelly? What happened?
Dad, we don't know what happened.
It led to a growing anger, a growing cancerous anger with no bounds. My God, Kelly, I fostered the murder of my son by his brother.
We don't know that, Dad.
But you think it?
Just don't say it, because we don't know. I don't want to believe it anyway.
I don't want to believe it either. But he let Joe go to prison for 5 years. And when Joe got out of prison, Mason did everything in his power to put him back in prison. Now, he must have had a reason. He had to have a motive. A very strong motive to put a man away for 5 years for something that he never did.
Dad.
Well, how else can we look at it? Is there any other way?
I don't know.
A brother murders a brother? That's the most monstrous crime that I can imagine. Something has to be done about it.
Dad, we don't know for sure.
Channing's death is going to be avenged. Mason is not going to get away with it.
Dad, what are you going to do? Dad!